Shift along. Remember I told you the other kind of a hernia is when the weight of the organs breaks through the sac that holds organs and begins to break through the skin, usually in the groin area. That's because there's a weakness there caused by prolapsed or fallen organs. So what we're going to show you next is how to lift organs. I'm not sure that's the very best name we can give, but it's very similar to what the person reports that they feel. We're going to make a magnet out of your hand so that as we run the hand over that area, it literally, as a magnet, begins to pull the organs up, which is to say it takes the pressure off the bottom of the sac. It's pretty simple, you say, right? But again, it takes no special healing ability. Now, each of you, while you're sitting there, I want you to feel up around your throat, right at the top of your sternum, your breastbone, and where your two collarbones come together. You're going to feel a little saddles right there. Now this saddle is the point that you're going to use for an anchor. If you feel around, you'll find that there is enough room in there for about 3 fingertip widths. And I'm not going to say that if I've had a glass of wine, but 3 fingertip widths is exactly what you want to get into it. Now, when you're working on somebody, you're going to magnetize the organs and lift them on first the right side, then the center, and then the left side. Correspondingly, you're going to make an anchor, which is kind of connecting the biomagnetic aspect of this with the middle finger on that little saddle I was telling you about. Very simple. Remember, there's width enough for 3 finger widths. So if I'm working on the left side of the body, or as it is in this case, I'm starting on the right side of the body, then I'm going to hold my middle finger in that saddle on the right side and sort of tug towards the right. So I'm found her saddle here. I put the middle finger here on the right side of that indentation or that cup, that saddle, and I'm slightly pulling it towards myself. Now, if you have an organ that is dropped or prolapsed, and you press that area, you'll find it sore. It's a wonderful sign that you really need to do this. But I'm going to put my left finger there, and now I'm going to take my right hand and make a magnet. I'm going to start right about the groin area and just with my hand parallel with the body, I'm just going to keep coming up like this to about the breast area. Then I'll make a big circle out of this. The idea is I'm going to use the magnet this way for an upward flow. Then I'm going to come back and start again. I don't want to move my hand down, up in the same level, because that'll just pull the organs down and pull the organs up and pull the organs down, and you're going to have organ yo-yo here. And we don't want to have that. You also don't want to give the person organ jerk, which is to say if you go down here and move as fast as you can, you're literally going to be pulling the organ too fast for the muscles to adjust. So there's a rhythm to this. You go start at the groin area, come up slowly, and again, repeat the same thing. Each time you come up, you are pulling the organs in that section up a little bit more. This is a wonderful thing to do intuitively, but in the absence of feeling it, you do 30 strokes per section. So it's 30 strokes for the right section. Then you shift this middle finger over to the middle of that cup. It'll be, frankly, right on top of the sternum. And then you do the strokes over the center part of the body. And again, in the absence of feeling something happening, do 30 strokes. Then you shift this finger over to the left side, and again, you're sort of pushing towards the left, just as you were sort of pulling down the center or pulling over to the right. You push slightly to the left and do the strokes over this left side of the body. Now you can do this with the feet up like this. It's just as easy to do it with the feet down like this. Sometimes it's even more comfortable for the person. It doesn't really matter, but whatever is comfortable for the person is very valuable. You're ultimately going to have the person fully stretched out to finish this anyway, so sometimes I think it's better to start just completely prone with the feet not up. Now I'm going to repeat, I'm going to hold the right side of this cup and move with my right hand. Now, often when I start to do this, I hear a lot of people out in the audience wondering if it lifts other parts of the anatomy. And I'm not going to, first of all, the answer is no. Second of all, there are other ways to lift that part of the anatomy, and I am not going to demonstrate them on tape. I just wanted to clear that if you're thinking about it. So, to lift the organs, I'm going to hold the place on the right side of the cup, make a magnet out of my hand, do it 30 strokes. Then I'm going to hold the center part, make a magnet out of my hand up the center part, and then to the left side of the cup and on the left side of the body. Now, literally, people who have had hernias in which they have felt or seen the bowel protruding through the muscle into this area, and they have done this and it's pulled right back up. It lifts the organs so clearly that you can give a lot of relief to a hernia. For the place that it's come through, if you put a paste of cell salt number 12, which is silica, and vitamin C, if you make a paste of it and put it over that area each time in the night, and if you can in the morning also, you will strengthen that muscle where it's pushed through. But the point is to lift the organs each time. Now, the final part of this is we sort of suture them by going down here and taking hold of the ankles, right above the ankle bone. And you just hold on to it. No special squeeze, nothing like that. You just hang on to it with your thumbs on the inside. And first you'll feel the pulse on one leg and then the pulse on the other leg. The pulse will usually be unequal. Then it will get equal, then it dies away. And what has happened is you've stabilized the electromagnetic field, and what you've lifted stays. If you don't feel any pulses, hold on for 3 minutes. It's real simple. But you must do this suturing aspect in order for that to hold. Now, people can do this male for male, female for female. Literally, I've trained a 15-year-old son to do it for his mother. Anybody can do this one. And you can do it as many times as you like. You'll sense when there's a plateau that the organs have gone as high as they can for a while. Lay off for a couple of weeks and then go back. It's very, very easy to do.